Hey guys, what's up? Spring has sprung. The birds are chirping, the sun is shining, and it's a beautiful day. So today we're dealing with tires. Pretty sure this tire's got a gash in it somewhere on the sidewall. I think it's been soft for months. So instead of trying to screw with these tires, it's freaking almost impossible to get in at the valve stems to check the tire pressures. I want to check the tires out anyways, so I'm going to pull these duals off and pump this one up and see if it even holds air, and probably do the same with the other side, clean all the mud and stuff out of the rims, and then repair and replace as necessary. Well, this inner dual's got about 65 pounds of air in it, so put some more air into that. And this other dual's got 15 pounds of air. There was some bad spots in it, well, I don't know. I'll pump it up and see what happens. Up, held air. I went around with soap and water, not leaking anywhere in the tire. However, the valve stem was leaking. That's why it was flat. So I'm going to see if I can take the air out, back that nut off, and try to clean it up and seal it somehow. Hopefully that will work. And then got that one pumped up. They say 110 inflation on the sidewall, so I got 110 pounds in there. 110 pounds in there. Letting the I used the right stuff, silicone, good stuff. So for those of you who want to pipe up and say that these valve stems seal from the inside and you can't correctly repair it from the outside, yeah, I realize that, but also these 19.5 tires, you can't just take them to a regular tire shop to get them taken off the rim. They won't do them. So you got to go to a truck center, and if they see some of the blemishes in this tire, they're going to refuse to do it, try to sell me a new tire. Last time I had a new tire was 3 or 4 years ago, and one of these tires was $700. These 19.5-inch Goodyears. So I'm not into hammering on this with a tire maul at my house that I don't have and trying to borrow this tire off to fix the valve stem. So here's what we got. It was just barely bubbling out around these threads, so I cleaned it up as much as I could and got some right stuff on there. And I'm gonna let that set good, and tomorrow morning we'll put it together and head off to work, and that's the way that's gonna be. Alright, so I ended up taking this wheel off because it's all packed full of mud in there, and I wanted to inflate it to the proper tire pressure. And the other one, I had to beat it off with a hammer. It was pretty seized on. There's lugs were all seized up, so I want to take this side apart and get it loosened up and wire wheel it off and give them some paint. So that one's wire wheeled off. This one obviously isn't. The old truck's just starting to get kind of bad looking, so where I did that repair the other year here, I welded the patch on. It's holding up good, but the paint was kind of letting go. So I hit it hard with the pressure washer, so now I can sand that down and address that before it rusts again. So I'll get that done. And then eventually I want to paint this deck, and more importantly get this welder painted, but one thing at a time. Don't want to get too involved just in case I got to head back to work, so a little bit at a time. And so I'll get those rims painted and that side painted, and that are looking way better. I found enough industrial primer to prime these rims after I wire wheeled them, and then got this sanded and prepped and primed. Rust-Oleum semi-gloss black. I wire wheeled them, gave them a coat of industrial spray primer, and 2 coats of black. So that's cool. That's cool. That's white. I didn't really actually try to match the spray paint this time. I bought some automotive acrylic lacquer spray paint, white, and I made it a point to sand the rust off. I didn't really blend in or taper off the paint too much. You can really see like where the paint was flaked off underneath, but it'll be fine. My neighbor was asking me why I didn't paint the whole bottom of the door, And the really answer is the patch I put in goes to about here. Remember I welded that patch in where the door was smashed. And then there's a bit of flaking, like a few rust spots here, so I just sanded it and did that. I didn't do the whole door because this is a much lower quality paint than the rest of the door, so if the actual good Ford paint's holding up, I'm not going to mess with it. So, you know, it's just a patch job. It's white, it'll do for another couple of years. So I got to sand this all the rust on this, prime all the rust and repaint it. Got to undo all the hardware and yeah, disassemble it, clean it up and paint it. But I don't want to do it all at once because I got to kind of be ready to head back to work at any point in time. So I'm just going to do it in sections. So for now I'm going to work on the back end. Start at the back end. Once I get the back end done, I'm going to work on this, a welder, and then just do sections at a time. So when I first built this deck, I didn't have side clearance lights at all. And after years of running it, it kind of dawned on me, or just had a thought that maybe I should put some side marker lights on it. So I put the cheapest ones possible on, and they obviously failed immediately, got smashed off. So I bought these bad boys on sale, Canadian Tire clearance sale. They're probably just as cheap, self-grounding, but I'm going to put those on. But then I'm going to make a little flat bar roof over the top of them, a little cover on them to protect them. And the license plate light, also cheap, but see, there was one like that on it right there originally, and then I don't know, it didn't last, it got smashed off or something. So then I put this style of one on it, and then this one obviously is in bad shape, but it actually still works. So I'm going to switch back to this style, and I might put like a little guard over that or something to try to prolong the life of that. So that's what I'm working on today, cleaning up the back end. I got these things sorted out. I got the screw holes and the wire hole, the mounting for the lights all sorted out. So that should add a lot of protection for the marker lights in the back. Got the back all cleaned off, wire wheeled, wiped down with Varsol. Got all the torch slag and rust off of there. Gave it a light coat of primer over any bare metal areas. This corner was rotted off, so I cut that out and added a piece in. So there, that'll look a lot better. And I know that the welder is the biggest eyesore, but I wanted to prioritize this back to address these broken off marker lights and the wrecked license plate light, and just to get the back end looking kind of proper and legal, so I don't get pulled over for having smashed off marker lights or something stupid like that. So for legal reasons, I'll get this back painted up, and then I'll pull the panels off this welder and get going on that. There's this, some streaks on it because it rained on it a bunch of times, but some good paint, went on real nice. It doesn't match, but it is good high quality automotive paint. So, nice bright LED light. Tail lights working, license plate light working. I cut that with a wire wheel, so I with the silicone that hole. Ripped the tab right off it. Oops. Fresh paint. I'm gonna replace this strip probably eventually, but ooh. Okay guys, that's it for now. Progress is going slow but good. Yeah man, things are coming along real nice, so stay tuned for more if you care. If you don't, well, thanks for watching. We'll see ya.